Welcome to Moments That Matter from SHRM 2026. I'm Steve Boese from H3HR Advisors, and we are here to talk about the state of workforce compliance and employee trust. I'm with Tom Fischer from Experian Employer Services. Tom, how are you?
Good, really good. So glad to be here with you today.
Man, it's great to see you. SHRM 2026 happening behind us right now.
It's great.
How's the event been so far for you?
It's been very fun. It's very dynamic. Lots of great conversations, tons of energy right down there on the expo floor and in the sessions too. So having a great time.
Great. Tom, we are here to talk about things that matter to you, matter to us, and matter to employees and workforces generally. How to show up for employees in those moments that matter. So many of them are defined by how an employer manages their compliance functions, right? Because they show up in employees' lives all the time. It's a very underrated, an important part of compliance.
It is for sure. You'll find employers struggling with all sorts of compliance issues. There are just at the federal level of government, there are so many things to keep track of, whether it's various activities going on with immigration or the unemployment insurance system, or even the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, which has lots of implications to payroll and other fees. So managing all that, and not to mention all the states and territories. So there's so much for an employer to be watching while still taking care of their employees.
Yeah, and taking care of their employees in those moments, like showing up for their first day at work, getting legally authorized to work and making sure that goes okay, getting themselves, signed up correctly in the proper, benefits and tax withholdings and just everything that happens there. And then things later on down the pike where they're trying to qualify for a mortgage or get approval for a lease, right? These things happen all the time. They're back office compliance issues, but they're real life issues that affect people in a profound way.
They are, for sure. Of course, it doesn't start on day one of a job, right? It's before that. It's when offers are made and interviews are occurring. The very first experience is once you've been officially hired, there are all sorts of processes and forms to complete. And this person is probably doing that on their own somewhere, and you don't want them to feel off. So connecting with the brand right away at the beginning is really important for that employee experience. And then when day one comes along, of course, there's all the basic blocking and tackling with all the forms and payroll processing that has to be done. You just want to make sure the employee, who probably has some anxiety, is not experiencing that. And then, sure, you mentioned once an employee is there forever, hopefully, and they're going through certain life moments that are important to them, like refinancing a home or buying a home or just getting an apartment, government assistance, whatever the case may be. You want to make sure those verifications are super smooth.
Yeah. How have the conversations around compliance changed at the employer level? You've been doing this for a while. What's different in 2026 than maybe you didn't hear as much of, say, 5-7 years ago?
Right. I would say there's probably been a shift from forms and process to taking care of the people.
Yeah.
And it's not that the forms and process are not important, right?
Sure.
They still are, but some of that is figured out and can be helped with technology and automation. But I would venture to guess most people are not getting into the HR space because they want to do processes and forms.
Yeah.
They want to help people. So that movement to how's the employee experience going? What's the user interface look like? Like, how is that person being treated? Are things transparent? All sorts of things that can put the human back into the human resources part while that compliance stuff is still going on.
Tom, I'm so glad you mentioned that because we've heard that a couple of times already on the Moments That Matter series. Hey, it's about also making sure that there's human to human connection. There's human to human service level delivery. Like people do care that they care that other people care about them too, right? So sure, we've got to have processes in line. We've got to have technology backstopping it all the way, but we still have to be able to make that connection to people and support them throughout their journey. And I think that's really important as well.
For sure. Yeah, if you're having a great experience with your manager and your coworkers, but then suddenly your tax withholding is off, that's going to dominate what's going on in your head. Like, why is my paycheck not right? Like that trust can be so easily bent or broken that it's important to watch out.
It takes a long time to build and in a very short time to break, right? We know this. Technology, of course, plays a role, just like it does in really every element and aspect of our work lives now.
Right.
What would you say are the major ways in the last last couple of years that you guys have approached these technology solutions to really bring just a great high level of both technology capability and service to your customers?
Yeah, a couple things come to mind. I would say, of course, remote work is not new. That's been here for quite a while. But I think because so many workers are remote at companies, their ability to be mobile and move so easily, and sometimes maybe like off the radar, that's an important thing to watch. And what does that mean? That just means that when people are moving jurisdictions or states or localities, different things apply to them. So watching that, I think, is really key and really important. Technology can help with that. Right? Like we when someone moves, all sorts of things can apply, and that changes what's the right form for that state or that jurisdiction. The other thing I would say is something as simple as the Form I-9, right? That's a critical part of what you have to do before you're hired or before you start. And not having someone in person there can make it difficult. So welcoming the virtual portions of I-9 and being able to do that virtually, it makes a big difference in terms of the employee experience, but also making sure the employers are covered appropriately.
It's been a huge breakthrough, right, across the board. And just as we see technology changing the way people, go through recruiting process, or they go through, say, learning and development process, we're seeing major changes in how technology is supporting these compliance-related processes and again, showing up in these moments that matter most. Right, to employees. Tom, I think the last question we wanted to ask you, we're asking everybody on the series tonight. So this is like the bonus question.
All right.
Bonus question of the series.
Let's
Tom,
go.
Here it is. What's one word? Okay, think about it. One word. Hopefully you can come up with it. One word every organization should keep in mind when designing their systems and their processes to support their employees in these moments that matter. What's one word that comes to mind for you?
The word is serve.
Serve.
Right?
I love
like
it.
we're here to serve each other in an organization, but serving that employee is a really important part of what I think we all need to make sure we're doing. It's easy to forget. That's no judgment, but when you're busy and when you have so many tasks and pressures and deadlines, being there to serve that employee is key. We internalize that at Experian. We are making sure we're serving our clients and their employees as well. It's an important word for us.
I love it, Tom. That's a great answer to the one-word question.
Great.
Awesome. Tom Fischer, Experian Employee Services. Great to sit down with you. Great to be out here at SHRM with you once again. I've had a great time talking with everybody on the team. I want to thank you once again and remind everybody to stay tuned to the HR Happy Hour Media Network for more Moments That Matter from SHRM 2026.